Welcome to the House of Cards podcast. My name is Jessica. I am a spiritualist, tarot reader, and intuitive artist, alongside my co host Sasha, who is also a practicing tarot reader. He's been working in the esoteric space and online for over 6 years. We are hosting magical conversations with practitioners from all over the world to try and understand the universe from every angle. Thank you for being here. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And let's get into today's magical conversation.
Hey guys, welcome to the House of Cards podcast. Here we talk about all things spiritual, esoteric, and of course tarot cards. We'd like to thank our sponsor Silver Moon for helping us out and putting the show together. Let's get into the show. Today we have Mavin Kakkar, Tarot by MKX, and he's like an amazing tarot reader and just all-round mystic and wonderful person. And yeah, thanks for being here, Mavin, and welcome to House of
course.
Cards.
Thanks for having me. Thank you, Silver Moon. Thank you, Has Cards. It's lit. How you guys doing?
Hey, yeah, good, thanks. Good, thanks, bro.
Awesome.
So groovy, so excited. It's really a treat to have Maven here. He's also a musician and he does lots of, not just like I would say, in general, I feel like people who are drawn to tarot are drastically creative in some or other way. There's a little bit of like an eccentricity that we all kind of have, which I think is why, you'll resonate and how you kind of find your tribe. But it all comes down to intuition. And Maven, was there a particular moment that you knew you were intuitive?
Um, like earlier in life, probably nothing to make me be like, oh, I definitely know I have like a gift and I should stick to it. Later in life, yes, I was like, oh, I definitely know. But younger in life, I definitely had a few experiences where I was like, oh, this is freaky. Like I could see this like tripping me out for a little bit. And I was pretty young, maybe like 6, 7, 8 years old. Um, but when
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
older, I started predicting stuff like randomly, and it would be set down to the date, and it wasn't even about my life. It was just about like the random stuff around the world, and I was like, okay. And then I tried to do it like with my life, and then I stepped more into the spirituality world. I knew all about tarot cards for a while. I just never picked them up because I like always thought like this is better. One day I picked them up and I was like, oh, this is why I should have picked them up a minute ago, and now we're kind of here.
That's interesting because I was gonna ask you about like your first experience in general with tarot. Like what do you have a sort of first experience or is there anything you'd like you can tell us like about your first experience with tarot?
So when I was younger, my parents were actually like really, really scared of psychics and tarot readers and all that stuff. They told my mom and my dad when my grandpa was gonna die, and it came true, right? And that was like a year before I was born. So when I came into the world, they're like, no, 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 don't do that. Like we're all scared. And my mom used to love them too. She used to love it, like going to see them and like seeing what's up. Nah, she's so scared. So my whole life, I was kind of like, no, don't do it. And I even got scared of it at one point. I remember being like 16. I was like, yo, I'm kind of scared of that shit. Like, I don't know if I should do it. So then I guess I did
Yeah.
try to reading. It did freak me out for a bit, but I had some spiritual experiences like without like tarot cards, a few crystals. So I was like, let me just try and pick one up, and I picked one up, and then I don't know, it's just the way I for me, it's talking to objects that make it really easy to distinguish frequencies. So like I could put a
Mm,
frequency or an energy attached to something, and it's like,
yeah.
okay, now I know where this energy is coming from. I know what it's trying to talk to me by.
Yeah.
And the way that the tarot cards just spoke to me on that, because it's like everything has such a distinct energy.
Absolutely. It's crazy like the
It
cards
does.
have such powerful energy, eh? You're saying Jess, sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the more you work with them and your decks, you I guess like you build a relationship. And like following you, I know you've been working with your deck and it's quite sassy. So is there a weirdest moment with your tarot deck
Oh,
that you can tell us
with
about?
with with my personal deck, or just like in general? Because I can tell you a
Just
crazy story.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Give us your craziest
yeah.
tarot story.
Right.
Like
Hook us
Right.
you
up.
yeah, yeah.
So one day I'm going. So I do fairs sometimes, like just to go out and like do the carnivals or whatever. Especially when I was first starting, and this was my first like two fairs. I think my second fair ever. I sit down. The person who I was seeing at the time came over. She was hanging out with me for the day. This lady comes, sits down, and her daughter's with her. The lady we're talking about God, all that stuff. Like she's all Gucci. Her daughter sits down and I'm like, and her mom goes, what bullshit do you need to know about, right? And I'm just like laughing because like she is kind of young, whatever it is. And then it's talking about a love situation. And I have these timing cards that like literally tell you like specific dates and timings. And I'm just like, you're like wasting time. And she's like, yeah. She's like, can you ask if waste the time? And as she says a waste of, like the card flies out and it says waste of time. I was like, sometimes you don't need the
What?
cards, but the cards will literally say it again for you. Like it was so and the person I was with literally dropped her jaw. She's like, oop. And I was like, oh my God.
Well,
But like
That's
it was literally
mad.
a wild moment. It was a wild moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like it's
that's
crazy when the
cool.
cards do stuff like that. They play tricks, they do their little thing sometimes. They like fully anyone who reads tarot knows that like
Yeah.
the cards do their things. Like it's crazy. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite
Wild.
deck? Do you have a favorite deck or card? Like deck or card, like either or both.
Card, definitely the death card. Rebirth is
Nice.
my thing. Always going to be
Respect.
my thing. I love transformation, alchemy, full blown.
Yeah.
My gummy bears are kind of the only like I don't know how they've like I love I don't know why, but like they've taken over my life. I don't use any other deck now.
It's actually
All my
pretty
decks get
legendary,
mad at me
dude.
every
Like
time. No, it's not, bro. Especially because I don't like I love using my deck, don't get me wrong, but I
yeah,
have a
yeah.
really good channel, so it's easy to step away from them. Especially like today, I was doing a client and like I pulled like two or three cards, but once the channel goes, the channel starts going. It's a lot, going through.
Yeah, yeah.
So lately, I haven't been using deck, and this is the only deck I could pick up. I even have a specific Oracle deck that I really really like, and even then, I haven't been using that one either. So it's just been reading my gummy bears.
It's a cool deck. I love how all the different
Yeah.
interpretations of the Rider-Waite Smith, man. Like I love that there's Gummy Bears deck, there's Cats decks, there's 8-bit decks, there's that's
Ooh.
awesome. Is that what is that? Is that Magician? And
Magician, they're just so cute.
ooh,
I love it. I don't know.
oh, they're
Yeah.
so cool. They're mad cute. Cool colors, so
Hold on to
fun.
those.
It's a vibe. I love all the different like variations of the Rider-Waite deck. There's like one called the JK deck, which is the Jupiter King deck, done like the 70s or something
Mm.
like that, and it's recolored in like the most amazing way. Like the background of the Magician, for example, is like this deep blue, and like it's just the coloring, man. I love, so cool. But anyway, we're asking you,
Yeah.
That's what,
sort
like
of, yeah,
tarot is so exciting and so accessible now. I think is that it has had so many decades behind it and so many like expressions and interpretations that it's what resonates with you
mm,
at the time and why I think it's just such a powerful tool
so
actually and why it can
crazy,
sometimes be intense and
crazy powerful.
intense. Yeah, David, can you tell us about a particular intense spiritual experience that you've had? Um,
Hey, wait, in general or with tarot cards?
uh,
In general,
well, how are you
both.
inspired to share?
Yeah.
However, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I've had a lot of near-death experiences since I was a little wee lad. Well, around like second grade, I had a seizure for the first time, and I
Well,
remember seeing a lot
hectic.
of stuff.
Sure.
Definitely a little hard to take in at a young age, especially back and having that like weird dystopia. But I had a few of those growing up. Definitely saw some weird stuff on the other side, especially as I came to like the age of like 16 to 20-ish. I had like a lot of them where I was like fully awake, especially through my spiritual like growth and stuff like that. I've also had some experiences on psilocybin, which is a wild experience in its own, but like I would like to
Yeah.
say that I've trusted myself on the shamanic journey as much as I can be. You know what I mean? I've reached out to some people that I definitely trust and helped me out with learning some things. And, definitely stepped into who I know I can be on that side of it. So, spiritual experiences, like I've talked to some crazy people on the other side. I've seen some crazy shit on the other side. Like, where do you want to know? Where do you want to go? Like,
I
this is
don't
my
know.
shrine. If you like,
Where do
my
where do we
shrine
want to go?
literally has a million. a million deities. Like I just love them, you know.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's epic.
So I'm gonna just sort of bounce sort of two kind of questions while we're here, and sort of like along the same subjects. You talk about like that in and out of death experience, and I know you've got like a Scorpio streak, right? And you
Yeah,
also
right.
talk about losing your grandfather like that year before you were born. So is there a way or ways that he's shown up for you, do you think, in that time and through your experiences, like, going in and out of those realms?
Yeah, I don't like to advertise my medium ability. You know, everyone has their cup of tea of what they like to do. I just feel with medium work, we can get a little frisky and hard with people who are get hard headed. But I know my grandpa, like he hangs around me all the time. I can literally feel his hand right now, type stuff. It definitely threw my dad for a whirlwind because in my religion we're Hindu, so reincarnation is a thing. So he's like, "Oh, you're my dad, reincarnated." So that threw me in a whirlwind, especially at a young age. But like growing up, like growing into that, I can, distinct energies pretty well. Can know I'm not, all that stuff.
It's a bit too soon, I feel. It's, yeah,
Oh no,
that
dude,
timeline.
you be surprised. That
Or,
shit
yeah?
happen. That shit can happen so quick. You know, we're
Because
living in
it
a
depends
we're
on the
living in a loop.
intention.
We're
It's
living
Hey.
very
in a loop.
transient.
You
Yeah, it's a
never know.
transient universe, man. Is there like
Well,
the hardest reading that you've ever done, like a difficult reading or anything like where it's been challenging in any way or
I think
anything
when
like that?
people aren't willing to see past the material world, like the 5D, I saw it earlier today. I'm like, I'm stealing somebody's quote. I forget who said it, but the 5D is way faster than the 3D. So how are you gonna compare what you feel versus what you see? And you're gonna really act based off what you see, not what you feel. And it's like when I talk to people in the reading, and I could see that energy with them, where either one, they're trying to just get information for XYZ purpose, like I just don't mess with that, or two, it's like they already have the information, but they're stubborn and they want to just get like another opinion on it and hoping that I say something different. Like
Mm,
that's the other ones. But I won't lie to you, going through like I call the rounds of doing like readings for free or just doing like carnivals or fairs or like stuff like that or events like that, it made me realize like how to ward off certain energies. It
mm,
doesn't like we don't do this anymore. That's not my frequency anymore. And I remember like going to some fairs and people were looking at me like, "Yo, you didn't do anything today." I was like, "Yeah," and I don't care because I got 3 readings that were actually meaningful and I don't mind taking the shortcuts on like not dealing with people who don't have the right energy for me. That's
mm.
it.
That's it.
Oh,
That's
that
very
can be
interesting.
draining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be.
Is
Um, yeah. Go
is
ahead,
there
Jess.
an
Sorry.
ethical line you won't cross? Oh, yeah.
Ethical
Is,
line. What would you consider an ethical line? Like in what purpose?
well, what would you consider that? So it's like it varies, and it's just like a nice way
Well, I
to
guess
Well,
yeah.
like.
in what context though? Like with readings?
Yeah, let's say with readings, within your practice, with clients, especially, looking
Uh,
at that physical boundary as well, setting with people and like,
yeah.
especially in, I suppose, more chaotic environments like fairs, etc.
Ethics
And for
wise,
yourself,
I
spiritually, like,
feel
is
I
there,
feel yeah, okay. So for the clients wise, HIPAA violations, keep that conventional, that kind of purpose. I also feel like I'm not really here to preach or like guide to an extent. I'm here just to tell the truth. I kind of come into it as a very blanketed space. I try not to say it with emotion and become the mirror, so it does become emotional sometimes. So there's a little bit of like weird. I don't know if I'm answering this right, but like also I don't like or condone people checking in on other people, especially if it's not your family. Like there's not the reason to read on people's energies. You read on your energy and we work off of that. Um, and I also
No,
don't like
that's a good answer.
manifestation a
Yeah.
lot. I don't
Yeah.
like manifestation a lot. I feel like releasing control and like actually believing in the faith, where it's like you have the trust for what you created, for you were created, because that's what the line of faith was supposed to be, anyways. Not you steering from the path and trying to hold on to control stuff that you want versus what you need. So it's like I've been trying to step away from all manifestation work, trying to step away from like doing spells around that. Like it's just a lot that of morality wise changed for me. So it's like it's weird with the ethics because it's like I do want to help people and I do understand where a lot of people are coming from where they do need the guidance, but at some points it's like what they're seeking is not what I offer at this time, especially when it comes to like guidance because I feel like a lot of people want actionable stuff, and I usually tell people you gotta just chill because they're right at the cusp. Most people are just right at the cusp. They're in the gray area, just waiting for the specific moment. They just gotta just chill,
So true.
just keep
Absolutely.
focused.
Keep
It's
Yeah,
that
focused
like
and
wherever that seesaw between the we were talking about like the 3D and the
E-
5D, like
yeah,
just that
ego and soul.
feeling before the material.
so I
Yeah,
mean,
Hmm.
very nice. Thank you. No, that was a great answer. Thank you, Maven. Yeah.
Of
yeah,
course.
you answered that well, man. And I was just going to ask, do you think there's anything that people misunderstand about tarot? Um, you know?
Well, let's just talk about first. There's the whole conspiracies, witchcraft, devil worship, all that stuff. Second of all, it doesn't provide answers. It provides a scope of measure of the
Yeah.
energies around you evolved. Okay. This is also big for readers. Like, if you're in a heightened situation where you're not grounded, you're emotionally responsive, and you're looking for advice from your tarot cards at this point, I'm telling you right now, you're reading your ego. You're not reading your soul. And it's not going to give you anything that's really helpful. It's probably going to add to the cycle because right there, you're not trusting yourself and you're trusting material. That's how crazy it gets when we become to this level where we're like psychics versus regular degulators. Not to say it like that. Not to say you're muggles. We're all witches. I swear to God. But it's just who practices and who can't have the time to practice it. You know. Um, yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought with that one, but yeah,
No, you're right though.
Let's
Like
go
it's
on to
like
the next
you're
bit.
talking about the devil and like people like having all this witchcraft and all these connections to it, and it's true. It's not real. Like it's not necessarily, like that's definitely a huge thing that people get wrong about tarot. Like it's just because it has the devil
yeah,
card in it and it has these things doesn't mean it's like
yeah. There's a lot of like connotation
Guilty
with
by association.
yes, symbolism and like just like getting that association, like you said, like conspiracy theories or whatever it is. Like that's a whole other thing. But
apparently they didn't trust the
also the
gypsies like as well. They didn't trust the gypsies. They were trying to like literally they were like trying to make like and gypsies were fortune tellers. So they like lumped the tarot readers and stuff like even with that, and they were trying to the church and stuff in that era
yeah.
was trying to make them seem bad, and so they would do that.
Now, two other things that I will say about like the tarot space, especially right now. One is that the consumer market for tarot is a little too extensive. Like, there's a lot of ill practice, a lot of people not really understanding how this works, creating like that kind of space. I don't really mess with that for real. And like, yeah, the false advertisement is bad, especially for like people who actually do it, and we're trying to like actually help, and then we're causing people to like I said, you could feed ego really easily. You could tell people what they want, and then it's like, what are you really doing for them? Because you got to remember, everyone is us. So it's like, what are you really doing for yourself at that point?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
And the cards have enough to say already. Like they have so much to say. Like just say what the cards say. Like literally, just say what the cards say. Like you don't even have to do
Say it
anything.
out.
Just say
Got
what the
one
cards
job.
say. Yeah, it's like you
Oh,
don't have to
I mean,
think
but
in a way.
that's also the problem though. Like we don't want people to not think. It's like okay, it's like when they taught us in school how to do math, but then they give us a problem with words in it because you need to know how to apply certain things. This is the problem. Like we have people who are coming into it saying they're like mathematicians, but they can't solve the thing without a calculator. It's like you're not really a mathematician. You know how to apply math. So it's like we need people who are gifted, who are skilled, who actually are in tune with this. And I'm not gonna say this like this, but the consumer market of the spiritual space has created a lot of like this is what you should be doing and this is what, like you could be a tarot reader or you could
So
be this
true.
reader versus where it's like yo everyone is spiritual, it's finding your channel. Like me, I love music, that goes back to my channel, but at the end of the day I know I'm good at this, so I'm gonna do it anyways, like being very honest with y'all. But like
Yeah,
people
preach, bro.
who are just doing this just to do it is like why you have other things that are actually going to be a beautiful channel that when you actually tap into your divinity there you're going to see it, you're not doing it just for the profit, you're going to see you're actually going to get the blessings because it's more than just the profit, you know.
You get in that flow state when you doing what you love, and that's like ultimately the biggest gift because it's just a vibe,
so
bro. I
with
feel you, man.
talking about profits, we're just gonna with some questions here. What do you think about money and spirituality? Like, how do they balance each other out? Do they?
Uh,
Can they?
yeah, I mean, this is material and it's just the ego versus soul. Like realistically, you gotta remember that we are human. Our whole basis on like creation is that we're human. We seek redemption, learning that we're more than human, and then you live in that divinity and live in that growth. So realistically, what happens is you grow up, you're in a bunch of like experiences that are karmatically bond to teach you certain things during this life. You realize how true you are to your own divinity or how much you are human. You choose what's kind of like side you want to play, and you live that rest of your life. Or you can grow too. I'm not gonna say you can't, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Growth
Do
is
you?
often
What do
just
you
also a
think? What do
choice.
you think about like? Do you have any hot takes like on tarot? Give us your hot take. Like, give us a controversial take. Like, do you have any hot takes? Like, we
I feel like I
you
gave this
know,
whole conversation has been hot takes, but let's
it
go
has
more.
been a hot take,
Um,
bro. Like, but you
yeah,
got you got you got
that's what
this
I do.
like
That's what I
this
do.
energy about you, bro. You got this charisma, this like tenacity,
This is
and
a,
this
it's
sparkle
just a
about you,
truth
bro.
teller, man. This is a truth
Yeah,
teller. That's what it is. There's no good or evil. That's the thing that people don't understand, especially when they're reading
yo,
tarot. There's no
that's true, Brody.
good and bad. Everything is happening for a reason. It's the point of. It's not even as a silver lining. Like sometimes things need to crash so they could be rebuilt. Sometimes you need to literally think something happened so that you don't see another thing. Like there's so many layers to things. It's an onion. This world is an onion, and you're just literally your whole life is just one onion compared to a million onions that are all just one onion. And it's
And
like,
not
dude,
even the center of the onion. We can't think
chill.
we're not.
Yeah,
We're
nah.
like one of the
I mean,
one
It's crazy.
layer.
It's like
to an
constantly
extent. But
unfolding,
yeah.
bro. We are the center, and it's
Yes.
like
Yes.
constantly. It's like getting to the center always, and like constantly like pushing out at the same time. It's like this Taurus. It's
Yeah.
like a Taurus almost, like
Yes.
kind of vibe.
Yes, literally. Yes. I always say that you
It's
have to
like
find the strand in the torus and just sit there. Because when you sit
Yeah.
there, you're kind of like a projection of spirit into the material world.
it's not
I
that
wish I had
fine
my
balance,
license
man.
plate.
Like that fine balance, bro. We've all had it. Like those moments where you like, you're not thinking. You're just like 100% in the moment, and life is just fine. Like everything's chilled. Like everything's good. Like, and like you totally in that connection with that godliness, that like that total that space, bro. Like, but it's so fleeting, and then it'll disappear. Like it'll be there, and then it'll be there a while, and then it'll like sort of dissipate and come back and dissipate. But like, we all know that it
That's the
exists,
part of
and
yes, exactly. But it's like when you go down. Like I had a really bad moment yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's just like everyone's got their days. I used to suffer with depression and like all that stuff. So like those moments hit me sometimes, but I've realized is like you said when you see that light, it's how you remember to get back to that light. Because the second you remember, it's like oh, I remember how to get out of this. I remember this is all like blah blah blah, and you're Gucci. And that's what I was saying about the Taurus belt, where it's like this is spirit, this is Earth. This is us, right? Like if you sit in this perfect little spot right here, then you're a perfect projection of spirit onto Earth. You're a spotlight. That's what it's supposed to be. Other spaces,
facts,
you're not
bro.
like hitting the perfect projection. You know?
That reminds me of this
Very.
Kabbalah concept. Like, oh man, I wish I could show you guys this Kabbalah video I watched. It blew my mind. It was this one video I watched, and he explained. I don't even want to pretend to start explaining it because I'm gonna look like an idiot. But like, it's something about the Kli, this concept, and this container, and the projection, and the container, and the projection, and the relationship between the projection and the container, and it's fucking mind blowing. And the
Yeah, okay,
universe
we'll
is
find it and link it.
yeah,
That's
like I'll
answer.
try to find that, put that link. I'll send that to you. It's a crazy video. Like, all these other like
I like it.
like
Yeah,
spiritual disciplines. People have gone so deep. Like like Kabbalah is something like, I'm not really like versed in, but super interesting. Um,
I love it. I have my personal sigil. I mean, I'm wearing a Star of David. I got my like I
hey,
got my
that's
personal
nice.
sigil. I have to be like that's literally the tree of life from the Kabbalah, just in my rendition of it, you know. But everyone's got their thing.
It's super
Da,
interesting,
da,
man.
da, da.
So okay. Our podcast is called House of Cards. Okay, so we ask certain questions. One of them is related to the House of Cards, and it is what has there is been a belief structure in your life that has collapsed ever, like any type of This is the question that
Yeah,
you're having.
bro. I literally told you my favorite card is the death card. Like my whole life has been rebirth and transformation and fuck me and let's go back. Like I don't know.
Yeah, so tell us,
one
how's
mindset
that experience
one
for you?
mindset does for
What's that like? What's that like then?
um it's been chaotic, you know. I think hmm, how do I say this? My first like 10 to 20 years of life was literally a roller coaster, but in a way where I could enjoy the moments without being aware. When I hit around 17 to 19, I became hyper aware because of everything that I was denying myself at my younger ages because of certain experiences with like my psychic abilities. So I became super, super aware around then, and it tripped me out because learning about myself was one thing, but learning about the world and then learning about myself, like you said, we go back and forth, back and forth. That was a big like cycle that was just happening over and over again. My life has always been on go though, so it was just a lot happening over and over again. Like I went to school 3 times. I just graduated, God bless. But like that was a cycle,
Nice.
right? That's a loop that's happening, and so I could figure out how to get out. And the truth of
Yeah.
it is like now I could say that the tornado is still spinning, but I know that I'm stuck in the eye of the storm. You know what I mean? Like there's not
Mm,
much that
mm.
could take me through the tornado or get me out of the eye of the storm now. So that was what I would say was my life coming to now, where there's always so much movement in my life, especially with the amount of stuff I do, the amount of creation I make. We're all creators, by the way. Going back to the first thing Jessica said, like we're all creators, and it's just like how you want to create, what do you want to create, just make your life your fun. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. I couldn't
That's
agree
Stuck
more,
cool.
stuck in it.
actually. Nice.
But just remember
So
to change,
what
evolve. Like my favorite thing, I was telling somebody this, like my favorite thing to do in life is grow. So if I do something that I could literally grow on, please tell me because I want to reflect on it. I want to do that. That's like my favorite thing to do personally.
the
Mm,
constant shadow work?
nice.
Yes.
That's yeah.
Evolution, man.
So
You gotta evolve. Yeah, carry on, Jess. Alright,
what
sorry.
did tarot help you rebuild? Coming back like that belief structure and that House of Cards theme.
Yeah.
What did tarot
What
help you rebuild?
um my self-confidence, my trust with like spirit, also my ability to explore a lot, like to be more adventurous. I felt very it's a lot like we were talking about the money thing. The money like it's rooted in lack, right? So it's like once you learn that lack is not a real thing, then money is like free flowing. But then the material world doesn't catch up because like we said with the 5D is faster. So then in your head you're like, oh, it's not working. But you also have to realize that there's so much abundance happening that like the money is only just an aspect of it. And once you release that, then the money comes through. There's like a lot of loops of it, but it's the material world. We're human, you know, but the survival instinct is always going to kick in at some point, whether it be with a relationship, whether it be food, whether it be an environment. Like it could be a lot of things, but it's going to kick in. It's your choice to like go back to that 5D and be like, what do I act like? What do not the human version, but like the real version of me act like?
Mm, that's so deep. Do you think there's like what do you think what illusion do people live in? Like, do you think they are like illusions that people live in?
Well, who's people? Are we talking about people in like every day? We're talking about
Adults, normies,
no, like
I
bro.
guess yeah,
There's a million
like
people, bro. Like
like
that
people.
is true. People. I mean, do you think
the illusion of, I
of
think
Society
society,
in
fear.
you know,
general.
society at
I think
large, popular culture?
fear, fear, and the idea of control. Those are the two aspects that they hounded into us and they killed us because fear created the dynamic that there's always wrong that could be done. There's always a punishment. There's always consequences. You know, there's a hard redemption arc. Not to say like this, but a lot of religions have a punishing person, like every religion, honestly, right? So there's an aspect of fear that comes with that, but it's not supposed to be fearful. It's supposed to be grateful. It's like, please tell me when I do wrong. Like I said when I with the shadow workers, please tell me when I do wrong so I can grow, I can experience that life at a higher vibration. But because of the fear mongering that we've been placed on, the illusion, it's just messed up for people. The other thing, what did I say? Fear and what?
Fear and what did you say? Fear and
Illusion. fear mongering illusion.
Whatever. I'll come back later. But yeah, it's bad.
That was
We could
a
ask you
good
that
one.
question
But
again. We could ask you that question again. Also because it was good. We edit.
No,
We
yeah,
can
leave
edit.
it. I
We
don't
can
know.
edit. We.
Well, I'll
It's
figure it
fine.
out later or something. The second one, I said it anyways. They'll figure it out later. Come back to Terror by MKX somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll
My brain
rewatch
just
it.
glitched there for a second. My
No, it's
brain just
okay. I'm
glitched.
channeling like a motherfucker right now, so I'm glitching hard.
this is
I can feel them all.
love it.
Yeah, they're all talking. Yeah. Oh, I was
So
So
talking
there's
about
a
yeah,
beautiful
punishment.
question. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you
So
saying?
but
go ahead. All right.
the larger purpose of tarot, what do you think tarot really helps with?
I believe that it is a band-aid for the illusion placed on humans when it comes to our intuition. I remember the second thing, but I'll get to it. Hold up. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget.
Nice. We back. We back. We back,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
It's in
for
the
real. But
group.
like, they, it's like, for example, we could channel all day. I'm talking right now. I've read people's brains, read people's eyes. I could tell a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's ways you could not to say manipulate reality, but like we all have powers, and once you loan them, you can use them. The cards, though, is a way to show people like that first experience. I said like, oh, it's a waste of time. She said, is it really a waste of time? It's a waste of time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need that extra smack, especially for people who don't really believe in this stuff, right? Because we're trying to help people with things that they can't understand sometimes. And this is a
Mm.
material way to be like, yo, I can't even make this up to you, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
and
you need like just draw you a picture. Can I draw you a picture? Can I draw you a card? Literally.
yeah, no, like literally, there's not much else I can say at that point. Like you said,
It's
Sasha, you gotta read the freaking card sometimes. Just read the
yeah, man. The
cards.
Yeah.
cards
Like
speak
that's where I
loud. Like
agree with you.
yeah,
Boom.
man. The cards speak real loud. They often just say exactly what needs to be said. Like that's just it.
Yeah.
And
It's
this that they
also,
just
I
seem
think,
to.
in a world that's so disconnected, and I think there is, I mean, a lot of people talk about and this new awakening and like this rising of a collective, which I think is very cool and very apt. I think it's like a gateway. It's kind of like exactly not like a band-aid, but that kind of training wheels
Yes, it could
also.
definitely be used
But
as that.
it's
Right.
rooted so much. There's so much history, and I think as humans in a collective, we need to look for those things that connect us in those ways, and like this
Don't get me
is one
wrong.
of
I pick up
them.
my. Don't get me
Like,
wrong. I pick up my cards. We pick up our cards. Like there's nothing. Like dude, we're
yeah,
all human. There's some type of like even back in the day,
it
the Nordics they did the bone gems, right? Like they did it for the fact that we needed the physical proof. They needed it because they were in literally dire need. So like that's what it is. It is what
yeah,
it is, man.
fun.
The material world is here to be used.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
just
Well,
upright in my deck. Yeah,
okay, yeah, and then they're mad at
was
me for what I
hanging
just
out
said.
there.
We shouldn't be using this anymore. Trust our intuition. They're mad at me for what I just said. But respectfully, we are. You know,
Oh
we're
Are you
no,
talking
pulling
about
out
that.
the moon?
Yeah.
Okay,
oh,
let's
but
pull a
it is.
card.
It's kind of
Let's
like
pull a card each. Let's.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. I got the Hierophant.
It
Boom.
is. I think like ooh, and control. But it is we don't call ourselves out on our own shit, essentially. And it's hard,
Six of
especially if like you're
Swords and
reading for
Ace of Cups
yourself.
in reverse. That's so
Ooh,
In
weird. I
reverse.
feel
Hold
like I
on.
saw that, dude. I'm getting deja vu
Okay.
about those two cards. That's mad.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Because the Hierophant is talking about the thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'll wrap it up. Ready? So the second part of the things that I feel
No
like the
need to wrap
illusions
it
are,
up.
especially talking about the moon, right? The illusions is
Yeah.
control. We believe that there is a certain level of control we do have over our life versus we don't have over our life, right? And there's a
Mm.
certain balance that needs to happen. Now there's wants and there's needs. There's actual desire and like desire. You know what I mean? So releasing all that control, giving into that is a big illusion that's happening. Because like you can choose to get up every day and keep working and do that. And that is a good step of not just sitting on your butt and doing nothing. But there's also the choice of doing something different and trying something adventurous or, you know, living a different type of life. Like the control aspect of it is who is really controlling your destiny? Is it God? And at that point, are you working with God? Or are you just letting God do it? Or are you trying to control it and God's getting mad at you and there's a
Are you
friction?
letting
Like
your
that's kind of
fears
point.
control your destiny, even? And
And that's why
like,
this came out because it's like it's time to leave this stuff that you think is like I wouldn't say joyous, but it's just a band-aid, you know? Stuff that is like sanctified. Like the cards, for example. This is like material. They help you, but like they don't really help you. They just like they're there.
a
They
way
like
of
they
bring people
highlight the
together, a language that we can all like sort of like, it doesn't matter what disagreements or what different languages we can speak or how we can resonate so differently, like we could sit with three different decks in three different parts of the world, and having the same conversation with in the same
Yeah,
language,
107%.
you know it's
well,
cool.
it is. It's like funny you say like the cards, like it's they do bring people together in that way. It's very interesting that, like you say that, Jess, they do, and they force some form of conversation or like not necessarily conclusion because obviously like people come in with questions and they don't leave with answers necessarily, but they definitely leave with insights and new perspectives and essentially like new ways of thinking about old problems, and sometimes that's all it takes for you to then for them to then go on and have like some revelation and then to fix the problem, because sometimes all you need, like you said earlier, like most people are like so close to fixing the problem, but they actually just need to like stop stressing about it that much and like focus on something else and like allow the universe to actually just give them what is supposed to happen, what they've been like wanting. It's like a watched pot never boils. It's like just like that's a metaphor for life, honestly. It's like
Yeah,
just
and
go do something
the other
else.
thing is
The
like
kettle will boil.
yes, no, it will.
Yeah.
And you know when your mom told you to do your homework before you procrastinate type of thing. The other one is like there's certain steps you got to take. The other steps don't work until you get this step done. And like that's
Right.
just the truth.
Yeah.
Like
You're
sometimes you
gonna
Yeah.
may
look
not get
back
out
till
the
you get
door until you get the key, right? So you got to get the key before you can go through the door and then do the other stuff. And like that's the truth. So sometimes you know the thing that's got to get done, don't procrastinate. Don't try to avoid it. Just get
Yeah.
it done so you can go on to the next stuff that's gonna blow
Dude.
up.
And life will just
I'm gonna
keep
bring back
on
your
rinsing you over and over and over. And like the deeper, it'll just rinse you, bro. Like each time. You're like, ah, not again, cool, do it again. Ah, not again, cool, do it again.
rinse and
It's like
repeat. Maybe
merciless, bro.
quotes
It's
from earlier
merciless.
were, so there was the magician, the chariot, and judgments for the first
Yeah.
cards you drew as well. So I just feel like that's tied beautifully back
Well,
into
I
this.
didn't really draw them to be honest. I picked them
Well,
out to show you guys some pretty cards, but yes.
Okay.
oh, they were
Yeah, good.
But
irrelevant. Yeah, I think
okay,
Cool
they
cards.
they just came back out pretty much again. So there you go. You were right. Let me stop
there
talking.
I
you
mean, like,
go.
Yeah, we're pretty magical. You got to be in balance to go forward. What was the last one? Chariot,
Judgments.
judgment. Oh yeah, bro,
judgment.
get in judgment because like that control aspect is bad. Ego versus soul. Soul all the way, but like ego helps you out. Just remember that.
Answering to your soul's calling, bro. Like that's hard. And not just like acknowledging it, but taking control and saying, yes, I
I
can
was
be the magician.
Yeah, I was told at a young age that like I got blessed by knowing what I wanted to do. I always saw it as a curse because I was like, oh my God, now I know what I want to do. There's nothing else that can ever freaking work in my brain and my heart hurts without doing this, right? And everyone saw it as a blessing and I saw it as a curse. It's like like the Spider-Man meme where it's like great power comes great responsibility. But, it's a hard
Yeah.
choice, don't get me wrong. But it only takes like a few days of just like asking yourself, what do you want to do? And just seeing where that goes to like really start that journey. It's just a few days.
I think also like judgment in that context represents not being scared of judgment and not being scared of what people think in that as well. Like, because to just go out and start tarot page and speaking to the camera and doing those things, I think a lot of people struggle in the beginning with just being scared of being judged by other people, and especially by other people who they know who are close to them and stuff like that. So I was watching this one tarot reader and she was saying like don't be afraid to block people, to mute people, to like if you don't want people in your energy, just like literally like make your profile invisible to certain people and do your thing. Like don't be scared to like just be you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, still, that's a little bit of aspect of control. Just balance out, gangos. Everyone, like, listen, on some kumbaya stuff, everyone's gonna say their thing. Oh, the magician card came back out. but like you're the creator of your reality. Are you gonna waste energy even thinking or letting that affect you and then going to block it? Like I agree. In the end of the day, yeah, you gotta blast people. I just blast people too. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but like but like in the end of the day, I really came to this point where it's like everyone is you, and some people aren't as aware of things. We might not be as aware of things at certain times. It's just like, how much control can you have over your personal stuff? Like, you really can't control everything outside of you. You can only control inside of you. So, what do you want to do? How you want to feel?
That's it. And you
That's
choosing on a
powerful.
moment to moment basis how you feel like actually, even though it's really difficult to control sometimes, but you are actually controlling it. Um, that, a lot of people
And
struggle
sometimes you
with
just
that.
test yourself. That's why I said I don't like the manifestation stuff no more. Because it's like most of the time you be feeling a feeling, and then the world will bring you something just to see if you really feel that feeling. Like, do you really feel this way? If we
Yes.
show you like something bad, you know?
Yeah,
So
and
that'd be
then it's
fun,
like
really.
that's where detachment. That's where because law of attraction and law of detachment just go and hand in hand. You know, like you can't have,
For
you
sure.
can't do one without the other. You know, you can't be sitting there like obsessing about something 24 hours a day and expect it to just like come towards you. It's not quite that simple or sad. It's there's a lot of other aspects to it.
Yeah, 110. Quick fixes versus for the long haul. That's what I say. You know, long haul is always better. Mess. I don't like the short game.
It's all about self-concept anyway. What law of attraction and manifestation, it just comes down to self-concept and shit like that, and believing
Mm-hmm.
in like that, yeah, and knowing that you deserve, like, just knowing what you want and going and getting it actually, and trusting the universe will just have your back. Like, if you could just do that, you'll
Action
be okay.
always
Yeah,
takes action.
inspired
That
action, man.
it's action. You can,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, do all the candle work and writing you want, but if you're just, yeah, just doing that and not actually getting up, meeting the people, doing the thing, that's
Yeah,
not
I was gonna say
gonna
no strategy. Do the thing. No more
just do
strategizing. No more
it,
sitting in your room thinking about how to do it. Just do
wing
it.
it.
Man, like, people have meetings to have meetings, like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's how fucking bureaucratic it gets. And like, it's just like, just do the thing,
it's
man.
not
The
allowed.
vibration will follow. Like, the universe will fucking come. The universe will have your
People
back.
will people will come too.
The universe
Yeah.
loves you. Universe does love us all. It's just fact of the universe. That's what I believe.
It just
What do
mirrors
you?
what you think of yourself. That's it.
That's it. That is very true. Well, exactly.
Tarot mirrors the energy of the time. It's yeah.
Mhm.
So do you have, so
And
like,
I've
do you have any other, let me just ask you another random question, or not random, a very specific question actually. Um,
Mm.
Tell us about where we can find you. Like, go. This is your platform. This is like,
Mm.
so you can shout out all the different ways we can find you because we like think you're great and we want to know where we can find you, bro.
Oh my god. I do a lot of crazy Bolshevik. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but let's start off with the nice ones. Okay, so Silver Moon has been nice enough to host me. So I got you guys can get readings from me from there. You guys can get
Yeah.
whenever like I pop up online. And there's also a subscription, so there's like a one extra reading a day and then a weekly forecast. And then there's also gonna be seminars and like courses I'll be posting out there. Like you know how I brought on my board type of thing? We're gonna have
Yeah.
like 10 to 15 minute like versions of that where it's like me talking
I'm
about some
excited for
crazy
that.
concepts.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited to see
Um,
those actually.
and then I make music. Just my first and last name, mavinkakkar.com. And then all my spiritual stuff is under Terra by MKX. I mean, I have YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify for literally both accounts. So, like, have fun. There's a lot of stuff. There's some podcasts out. I don't know, there's so much stuff. I do a lot.
How do
I'm
we
not gonna lie.
find, let me just jump in. How do we find you on Spotify? What do we search for?
Mavin Kakkar. That's it. First and last
Straight,
name.
straight out. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Okay, dope.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
You'll
I'm
see
very
me with this veil. I'll be in this
You
little
just
veil.
dropped a, didn't you just drop? You just dropped something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yay.
yes.
I
Actually,
dropped in.
thank you. Raven reminded me. I have no question slash statement for everybody to
There
know.
you
One
go.
of the other reasons you should be following this pretty gentleman. He's funny too, but the style. Raven, I must say, I enjoy seeing like the fashion bits you get up to and like how you incorporate like your mystical vibe, especially into like your music videos and things like that. It's cool, but you did one fashion shoot in particular. It's exactly like with that beautiful. everybody's favorite pink, I'm sure. With that beautiful dusting and beautiful flower. And the gerbera, actually, which is an African daisy.
Mm.
Now we've got some popping outside. We'll send you photos of that too. Same color, even. But tell us about like how you used your mystical vibes to inspire that creative expression as well. Or is it just like part of that natural authenticity you're going for?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of the natural, like, I guess with spirituality is bringing back to like your authentic self and not really trying to bring it out. Like, you're not trying to do the most, but you're also trying to be yourself. You're also trying to represent yourself and what you do, aspire to like I want to direct my art to inspire people to think differently. And respectively, fashion's always been a place to do that, to dress differently. I've always hated fashion, to be very honest with everyone here. I hated dressing up as a kid. Clothes shopping was the worst thing for me. It wasn't until like I got into music and it was about really expressing who I was, like wearing colors I
Mm.
liked, even though people were like, "What the fuck?" uh doing things that like a little bit different, like the veil. Like this is from mystic from like my home country, and my parents even yell at me like, "Why are you wearing that?" I'm like, dude, it's literally our culture. Like, what are you talking about?
That's
So
cool,
like
man. That's so
there's
cool.
some roots that have kind of like lost its way, so I'm trying to bring that stuff back. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Just listen to whatever they
That's
tell me to put on. Honestly, that's the best way to do it. Just live in flow. You want to be comfortable one day, be comfortable. If you want to swag out the next day, we'll swag out. Just live in that flow. And I be trying to do like
nice.
a lot of cultural stuff, especially because we have like a lot of family parties and stuff. So some cool stuff's coming out for sure.
Cool.
That's
Cool.
cool.
And
I love
any
it.
music plans in the future coming out? Have you got more music stuff coming out?
Yeah. Okay, so I just dropped the album. It was like a small piece of work. It was like 11 songs. That's small to me, just to let you know. But it was called Back to Maven in May, because
Nice.
Maven. Haha, play on words. But yeah, it was
Hey.
just trying to get me back into flow and like respectfully say who I am as an artist and why I do it to an extent, or like what has
Yeah.
brought me to. And then yeah, I'm dropping a song pretty much every week until the end of August. And in between that, there's some weeks where we're dropping 3 songs. Like the first week of June, I got 4 songs dropping.
Wow.
I
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. My life is about to go crazy. My birthday week, which is like August 14th to 23rd, is a song
Yeah.
every day. So it's just fun.
So
I
are
be
you
living life.
Leo? What are you Leo? Or no? Are you
Yeah,
Leo? Oh, wait, nice.
Leah.
Solid.
Yeah,
Solid. Solid, man.
yeah,
Fuck, that's exciting. That you get so much cool music coming out. That's exciting. We'll definitely check it out. Put all the links in below. We'll put all the links. We'll put all of
yeah.
Maven's links below here, guys.
Honestly, it
Um,
is firstandlastname.com. You can collectively get to anything.
boom. There we
Firstandlastname.com.
go. Straight up.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up. Yeah, man. Well,
Efficient.
like, it's been super awesome being on the show. Like, we really
Oh
do
my God, love
appreciate
that.
chatting to you. Like, thanks so much for joining us
Yeah.
today, man. Like, what a vibe. What a vibe.
Please have me on anytime. I love it. It's a
Yeah,
great time.
we definitely want to
We
have you on again.
will.
This is not the last, just the first.
So
No,
we
yeah,
plan
let's
at
do it.
least a birthday edition special with the
Oh
gent
yeah,
himself,
let's
hey?
do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Maven.
Of course,
Okay,
of
cool.
course.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Okay, should we draw one last card so we can sign out on one last card each, and then we'll just
Okay.
we'll one last card
I like that.
for the
Yeah, my
tradition.
deck
This is
is
kind of a
sassy.
tradition. It's kind
For
of
the
tradition we
official
do
ending.
for the
My
official
deck
ending,
is so
closing out,
sassy.
and I'm gonna show it. Boom. I'm just gonna split it. Eh, boom. There we go. What do we have? Eight of
Yeah,
one,
the
eight of
couples all
pentacles,
out there. Oh, well, now.
eight of pentacles.
These
Hey,
cats.
cheeky devil coming out there as well.
Stranger cats. Ooh.
We have a
Oh,
cool
no.
story going on right now, guys.
Oof, oof.
I think so.
Woo. That's.
Ooh.
I
Nah,
relate to.
that's
That's
dirt.
me right now. That's me.
That's fair.
Daggles.
Nah, I'm joking.
But hey,
Bless,
guys,
guys.
all the new beginnings. Listen to those. Listen to your fish.
Listen to your fish.
Listen to your fish.
Love it.